Alright, y'all. So I'm going to just basically share my technique for reusing K-Cups. There are a couple already out there. The one that seems to get a lot of traction, is the one that uses foil to put on top of a K-Cup, disposable one. And I'm definitely not knocking that. And in fact, I think in one way it's superior to my method. My method, it actually is going to sort of leak out of the side, which is a bummer. But I think my method is a little bit less labor intensive. It's a little bit quicker to do. So what you're going to need is, you're going to need a disposable K-Cup that after it's been used, you pull the foil off, dump the coffee out. I would recommend having a window with sunlight because when you're done, you can stick it in the window and have it get dry really quickly, so that's going to prevent molding and stuff like that. You definitely don't want mold in your coffee. You're going to need one of those little cheap disposable ones you get from Walmart that looks like this. And then you're going to want to cut the top off, so you're left with this. Okay. And it's pretty simple. You take your ground up coffee. See if I can do this while holding it with one hand. It's not going to be great. All right. And you stick your coffee in the K-Cup. From my experience, it takes about roughly 2 tablespoons of coffee. So I'm going to fill it up. Sorry about this horrible camera angle here. Fill it up about there. You know, you can do a little bit more if you want. Really, it comes out about the same. All right, and then it's pretty simple. Then you take your top. Let's see if that's enough. Put a little bit more in there. And this normally wouldn't take so many scoops. I'm just trying to do it with one hand. So, anyways, stick your top on there. Obviously, your cup's already going to have a hole from the first time you used it. You're going to want to reuse that hole. So you put it in. All right, once it's in there, then you're going to close it up. Bam. I would recommend using a cup that's pretty tall because you'll see once I run it, it's going to, because that doesn't create like a great seal, it can sort of run out of the sides here. If you have a cup that's almost at that height, you can just kind of stick it. It seems to come out at an angle like here and here. So just stick it to where you have a little bit of room for that coffee that's going to come out the side to fall, and that will make that short. You'll make sure that it falls into the cup. If it's a short cup, it's a bummer. You actually kind of have to sit there and like hold it up. So again, this is not like the, see, you can see there. See what I'm saying? It's going to come out the side like that. Again, if you use a cup that's tall enough, you can pretty much set it and forget it like you would a normal, using a normal K-Cup. And so, I mean, I guess we could sit here and watch it. Maybe I'll just edit this out. And what you'll find is, I find that the coffee is pretty much as strong as a regular K-Cup, you know, and I don't have to keep buying them. So, we are finishing up now. And we'll take a look at the coffee and we'll see how dark it is. So one thing I do recommend is, obviously it made a mess in here. So after a use, one thing that's real quick and easy to do to sort of keep your machine in good shape is to just take a cup of water and pour it in there, and just to wash, you know, some of that coffee that got in there. I mean, if you don't, it's not a big deal, but obviously over time that's going to accumulate. It's going to be dirty. So usually every like second or third cup of coffee I make, I just pour some water in there. So that being said, maybe the foil method makes more sense if you factor in the time it takes to clean the machine and some of these other inconveniences. Maybe I should try the foil method. Anyways, I just wanted to share this one because it's what I use. And let's take a look at the coffee produced. And the light, as you can see, it is very dark, very strong. Pretty much on par with what you'd get from using a regular K-Cup. And like I said, I find, honestly, I've reused one for, honestly, months, a month or two, and Like I say, as long as you dry it in the windowsill in the sunlight, you know, as soon as you're done, you wash the coffee out, you stick it up in the windowsill, and it gets dry really quick. I haven't had any problems with mold or anything like that. You know, the sunlight's not really going to give it a chance to form any bacteria. Well, I can't say bacteria. There probably is, but it's not going to form any mold. And I haven't noticed anything with the taste of the coffee in reusing the same K-cup over and over. But I mean, again, you can just use, if you want to, use it for a week, right? I mean, yeah, you're still going through them, but not nearly at the rate you would be going through them if you used them single use, right? So anyways, this has gone on way too long. I'm almost at 6 minutes. That's my sort of bootleg K-cup reuse method. Make of it what you will. So anyways, thanks.